Hey everybody, welcome to Jeff Bowl Central. We got a real treat for you today. We're doing kind of a preview slash review of the new 4K remasters of the Halo Master Chief Collection, which has not even gotten a release date announced yet from 343 Studios. I kind of got in on the ground floor on this one, so I'm pretty excited. So, Halo Combat Evolved, the very first Halo game. What can you say about the very first Halo game? I played this game when I bought my original launch Xbox, the original Xbox, and I was absolutely blown away by this game. How could you not have been blown away by this game? You know, in retrospect, it's not perfect, and let's be fair, there are a lot of people who don't like Halo. They say it's derivative, they say it's uninspired, they say the stories aren't actually that good, even though fans like me, fans really do say the stories are great, and I understand the criticism, and a lot of it kind of stems from this very first game, because the only thing that really never worked for me about this game was the fact that you had to repeat large sections of it backwards. You'd go to a destination forwards, and then the flood would attack, and you'd have to work your way back to the spot you started. They did fix that in Halo 2, but we'll get to Halo 2. So, I still believe this is a classic game. I still love this game, but it is the weakest of the entire series. So, as far as the 4K remaster goes, it's beautiful. Can I just say that the entirety of this collection, remastered in 4K, is absolutely, oh my god, awe-inspiring comes to mind. Gorgeous comes to, okay. This is kind of a remaster of the remastered edition that they already did back on the, I guess it was the 10th anniversary of Halo, the first Halo. So this is a remaster of a remaster. The combat is still absolutely gorgeous. It's still fluid. It still works really well. They've made a lot of updates since then, especially Halo 5. I like Halo 5. A lot of people don't like Halo 5 Guardians, but I really do, especially the combat, because they kind of modernized the Halo combat scheme. You can run. Can't run in the old games. You can vault over things. You can do the Spartan Slam. You can, you know, blitz sideways. So, anyway, that is the first Halo. The 4K remaster starts off really well. Oh boy, everybody. I got a really good feeling about this. Now, as for Halo 2, a lot of people consider Halo 2 the best of the entire series. I'm not so sure how I feel about that, but it was a pretty groundbreaking, seminal game, and remains so to this day. For one, Halo 2 introduced online multiplayer to Halo, which is like still to this day the reason that most people, well, maybe not most people, some people, a lot of people still show up just for the multiplayer. And so they corrected just about everything from the first game. You know, there's none of that repetitive level stuff that we were talking about. Every single level is an entity unto itself, brand new territory every single time. The combat is better. The story is better. However, I'll tell you a little story here. My friend Kyle and I, college age at that time, we pre-ordered Halo 2, the special edition of it, no less, on Amazon, like 6 months before it even came out. It's like the first game I even bought on Amazon, by the way. And when it came, we plowed through it in like 2 days, and it was the most invigorating thing I'd ever gotten. And then we got to the last level, and Master Chief's about to head back to Earth, and they ask him, "What are you doing here, Chief?" And he's like, "Sir, finishing this fight." "But you don't finish the fight in this game!" And that was... okay, went too far on that. You don't finish the fight in this game. And that was maddening for me, especially since I knew it would be forever till Halo 3 came out, and it was. But since you've got all of them here in this box set here, this collection, it doesn't matter as much as it used to. And so Halo 2 remains good. Like, this is the one that introduced dual wielding, Yeah, that's a big deal. And by the way, Halo 4 and 5, you don't have dual wielding. No, that doesn't exist anymore. And vehicle jacking, like you can jack ghosts, you can jack wraiths, you can jack banshees even, the flying ones. So it was a very important game. As for the 4K remaster on it, this might be the best looking game of all of them. This is also a remaster of a remaster, because they did the special edition 343 of this game because the first game remaster special edition was so popular. The 4K is stunning, guys. Like, when this thing gets a final launch date, you owe it to yourselves to go buy a 4K TV and play these all over again. It's fantastic. Some of the best looking video game play I have ever had. It's so clear, so sharp, so beautiful. On to the next game!
Your future.
And so here we are with Halo 3. And again, this is the one where finally you got to go back to Earth and finish the fight. Oh, thank God, after so long away. My wife and I, by this time I was married. Actually, no, I guess we were just engaged. My fiance and I, we bought our first... I'm asking you guys to buy a 4K television. I understand that's insane. We bought our first HD TV. It was like 720p. It was like a small 32-inch. We had our 360. This is the first Halo to appear on the Xbox 360. And so I was blown away, but... And if you go back and look at like the video game media coverage, the reviews of this game, it'll kind of suggest it, but visually speaking, this game was not as mind-blowing as everyone had hoped. Also, it doesn't introduce as many new things as Halo 2. It's not the game changer that Halo 2 was. It's a fine game. I still really like this game. I mean, for one, you can, like, as you can see here, you can rip a turret off its stand, which is great, but it's not that interesting. Like, I don't think they went as far out as they should have. I think that they should have expanded a little bit more, just based on what they did with Halo 2, which was an absolute game changer. The other thing about Halo 3 that I find peculiar is it's much harder. Like, it's much more difficult than any of the other Halo games. I'm not really sure why they did that. I think it was because people really enjoyed, like, the legendary difficulties on the first two Halo games, but I think that was a mistake. Because it kind of... it kind of hinders the fun. Because sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Really. Really it is. The main thing that's new here is all the brute technology. Like, the brutes were introduced. It's like another Covenant race. The brutes were introduced in Halo 2. However, you didn't actually fight them, really. I mean, you did, and you didn't really have unique weapons. For instance, the brute hammer, the gravity hammer. That thing is a beast. It's just as fun as the sword, the energy sword. And here's the other thing, the actual, what is this car called? Oh no! It's the thing, the unicycle, the brute unicycle, we'll call it. The spike shooting unicycle. We actually like hit a boost, it's like a motorcycle. It's like a hog, like a hog. So there's a lot to like about Halo 3, but again, I don't feel like it's incredible. I don't feel like when I first played this game, it was the most amazing, mind-blowing thing, and that really, I am a Halo fan, and I admit it, and that really was the feeling I got with the first two Halo games. Now after this, they did ODST, and then they did Reach, and then Bungie was out. They never made a Halo, and we went to 343 Studios, so there you go. Let's go check out Halo 4, everybody. Let's see it. Alright, here's the very last game in the Master Chief Collection. After this, you'll have to buy your own copy of Halo 5 Guardians, which again, I do recommend. I like Halo 5. Some people don't. I think it's worth a play. And if you didn't play it, and if you didn't like it, play it again. There's more there than you think, especially the online multiplayer. Man, it advances Halo multiplayer, and that's saying something. So, Halo 4 is the first game by the new and current developer 343 Studios, which was, by the way, created with members of the original Bungie team that made Halo, and which was created completely to make Halo. And I think they're doing a great job. Now, their stories are not as engrossing, they're not as well told. We'll just be blunt and say that. As Bungie's Halo stories. Then again, Bungie makes Destiny now, and their stories are crap over there, so there you go. But the graphics were really enhanced. They kind of went back to a lot of the standard old Halo formula. For instance, no vehicle jacking, no dual wielding. It feels, in that way, kind of more like the first one. It looks way better than Halo 3. Halo 3's graphics are subpar, especially the remaster. Like, the 4K remaster of Halo 3 is not that impressive. But the remaster on this guy is not so bad. I mean, this is a good-looking Halo game. And yeah, the story is maybe not as interesting as past Halos, and really neither is Halo 5. The story on Halo 5 is lacking. However, I appreciate this game. I like Halo 4. You know, you finally got to be Master Chief again, and we kind of thought we would never see Master Chief. We thought after ODST and Reach that Chief was done for. We knew he was still alive, floating out there in space, but we weren't sure. Again, my wife and I played this game. We had the two 360s set up, 2 copies of the game. Man, that was expensive, Mr. 4K. Speaking of 4K, so on a whole, my final thoughts on this remaster, the 4K remaster of the Master Chief Collection. Again, when they finally give this thing a date, and I'm kind of in the preview stage of it, and it's still good. There's some glitchiness here, but I know they'll get it ironed out. When this thing has a launch date, if you've never played the Master Chief Collection, go get a copy. And I have a feeling it'll be in the Game Pass. Like, I think it'll be free anyway. Go get a copy, play Master Chief, and dude, in 4K, it is the most gorgeous thing. They had to relight everything because it's even in HDR. Like, it's great. Nothing to hate here. So, that's it for this Deluxe Master Chief Halo. Like and subscribe, everybody. Jeff Bowles Central. You don't know what you're gonna get. So much good stuff. Bye-bye, everybody.